What's your name?
I'm Tree from Delaware.
Tree, it's nice to meet you. Tree actually did some filming for us. I was getting ready to make my announcement for RSMP RC up there, and I kind of looked over and I was like, I'm gonna hand you this camera. Can you film? So later tonight, we're gonna set up. We're gonna do a video podcast area. Stop by, bring your car, talk about it, talk about racing.
Yeah, I've been doing that since high school, man. I used to walk around the halls of Newark High School with a camera in my hand. People thought I was crazy. I said, all right, now look, everybody's podcasting, everybody's filming with their cell phones, so I jumped on it early.
Nice, no, I appreciate the help. And we noticed you're doing some filming here today too, so I'm certainly gonna plug your channel, we'll link it, and again, some footage you shot's gonna make our video, so I'll give you cameraman credit for that too.
That'll work, that'll work.
So what's going on, man? We got a 5th scale vehicle in front of us here. Can we talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, this is my Losi 5B. Not too much done to her. Little aftermarket parts here and there. Didn't go too deep into the motor like a lot of these guys. You know, they running them big motors, but I decided to stay stock, just build up around it. So,
yeah. So maybe this is just me being a new guy and talking, but to me it seems like whether you spend the time wrenching or whether you spend the time learning how to drive your car, I feel like you almost get equal results. I mean, there's some guys that are dialed. I'm not saying there's not, but setup's important. But
that's true. Your setup is definitely important, but you with these, you definitely spend the same amount of time learning as you do wrenching, as you do racing.
Same.
Because something's always breaking. It's always a new issue that you've never had. But the 5th scale community is so great, man. It's bunch of people that are willing to help you do anything, parts, knowledge, you know what I mean? And it's no trouble to them, you know what I mean? It's pretty much a love community here.
Yeah, well, when we set out to do this, you know, we were shooting short films and just kind of a lot of stuff, and we wanted to kind of fall into a niche where we could continue to shoot the same thing. And I had some RC cars. I showed Matt some of the RC stuff, and he's a big car racing guy, and, you know, Chuck jumped on, and we liked it. We went down to Madness, and you know, this is kind of the next progression for us to see the 5th scale stuff. I had mentioned before, to us, this is almost like it's a motorsport. I mean, these things are big. Like this is a big vehicle. Honestly, like even seeing it in person, I don't think I've ever seen a camera shot that literally has done these things justice. I mean, this is just, it's a big vehicle.
Yeah, most people don't really get the scale of it until they actually come out and see it for themselves. They see it on video, see it on camera. It's like, nah, it's not that big, man. These things weigh 40, 50 pounds.
Yeah, no.
Like, this is a flying missile.
Nice. So we're racing this weekend. You and me are sitting in the middle of a track right now, which I'm pretty excited about. Can you talk a little bit about what got you into racing and what got you here in the first place?
What got me into racing pretty much, I just needed to fill a void from losing my mom. I was pretty much in a depression, didn't have anything to do.
Sorry to hear that.
So then my sister passed of COVID, so I didn't have an outlet, you know what I mean? And my brother had turned me on to the RC cars, and then a buddy of mine that's here today, I started the first race with him. We started with a guy that's here too. We was in my first race was at his event, the Blue Ridge Nationals in West Virginia. But it filled the void that I was missing from losing my mom, being so active with my mom and my sister. Once they passed, I needed something to grab a hold to, and it was racing. And I found myself traveling anywhere and anywhere to find a race, and that's how I found myself at Rocky Hill. I'm from Delaware, so it's not too many places down there to run these big cars, the smaller scale cars. You can run them pretty much anywhere, but when I start this up, the neighbors come outside.
Yeah.
They think I got a dirt bike outside, and they think I'm wheeling up and down the street until they look and they just see my 5th scale car, and they're like, oh.